Diablo 4 has become my most anticipated game of the next few months, and I've never touched the franchise. In fact, I didn't even know there was 4 Diablo games. If I'm going to be honest, I thought there was just the first 2. And I'm not saying that to slight Diablo in any way. I'm actually so excited for this game. And I think the fact that I am going in 100% blind as to how Diablo works as a game, how the franchise has been received, who is making the game, what platforms the game is going to be on. I think not knowing all of those things is genuinely helping me. You know, so much of game releases now are sequels, remakes, or big named studios that the second you see them, you know them. A lot of the studios that we have now that are really, really amazing at what they do have a very similar engine, or the games all kind of make you feel or invoke the same feelings as one another. Diablo is not a game franchise that I would have thought I'd ever touch. I'm not that into grindy games. I'm very much more into the competitive multiplayer games. If you think of all the big competitive multiplayer games, me and my best friend play all of them except for Overwatch. I grew up playing Call of Duty and Halo, and these are games that I grew up with. So for me, I'm kind of stretching my wings a little here, and I couldn't be more excited. I think the only grind-esque game I've played in my life was World of Warcraft when I was 11, and that was on a really, really, really bad laptop, like an HP laptop, that the second you turn it on, it sounded like you were in an airport. So for me, I can't wait for this game. The only thing I really know going into it is the art style and how the gameplay kind of looks. I barely even know how it works. One of my most anticipated games of the year was going to be a sequel game. It was going to be Sons of the Forest, and I still haven't even played the game. It's a game I want to play at some point this year, but The Forest is my favorite game of all time. And that's solely because of the memories me and this friend and one of my other friends made in the original Forest. And I don't know if it's nostalgia or hope or copium, but I feel like I could have that same sort of feeling with Diablo 4. From what I've heard, from what I've seen, the game itself looks really, really good. The graphics are some of the most intriguing to me. They're the most self-contained. I feel like this game doesn't look like other games coming out, and I'm really excited for it. Again, I don't really know how the other Diablo games look, so I don't know if this is a huge jump for the series. All I know is it's new to me, and that's all I care about. I'm excited to see how the systems in the game work, how the combat feels, how it runs on my computer is pretty important, and I'm 90% sure it's cross-platform, but I don't even know that. I don't even know if it's cross-platform or not. I'm telling you, I don't know the studio making this game, and maybe that makes me sound like I'm an idiot, which, I mean, I am, but I have a decent to strong amount of game knowledge because, I've been playing video games for 20 years. Also, I don't just play multiplayer games. I play, all types of games. I just don't really even know what genre to consider Diablo, and I've never really touched that genre, if that makes sense. So my friend and I, who I play most of my games with, we're really looking for a new game to just kind of turn our brains off and be able to grind, because so many games now you have to get invested, or you have to pay attention to every single detail, and of course that is probably still in Diablo. If you do those things, that's not a bad thing. I get really invested into games. I get really invested into Spider-Man PS5 or Jedi Survivor. I love those games. Those are games I get invested into, but sometimes it can be kind of exhausting. For me, this game, it just seems like something that if I want to do it, I can, but mostly it's just something that's going to take up a large chunk of time for me. Some big games I'm looking forward to don't come out until October, being Assassin's Creed Mirage and Alan Wake 2, 2 games I think are going to be really, 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 really good, but I have until October, so I'm just going to be playing Diablo. Again, this is just a video of me talking about how I feel about this game. I think it looks incredible. I'm super excited for it. I know absolutely nothing about the game. I'm mainly making this video because this is kind of the first video back of me making content, especially on this channel, but I think I also want to make it because I felt a sense of discouragement when I saw that there was 4 Diablo games. I think I would consider it intimidation because there's just already such an established IP with Diablo, and it seems like the fans, I've never had a bad interaction with a Diablo fan, so I mean, that's a good thing in my opinion, but it seems like there's already a really strong fan base, and I don't know how I feel just kind of like hopping on the bandwagon. At least that's how I felt at first, and then I saw the art style and I was like, I'm gonna be driving the bandwagon. I think it's important to try new things and to get out of your comfort zone, and for me, this game is very much out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna be playing it on PC, I'm gonna be playing it with my friend, we're gonna co-op probably most of the game, and I'm gonna try to play it with other people I know in the community, or other people that I just know from other communities who are trying the game, because I do know some other people who are trying to get into the game. But this video is mostly for people who have never touched a Diablo game. You're not alone. You're allowed to play the 4th title if it's your first one. I don't really know if there's like a big backstory that I'm gonna need more context on. I'll probably watch like a story recap of the first 3, but I don't even want to touch the other 3 because I want to go into this game completely blind. Like, I almost don't want to watch a story explained for the other 3 because I want to go in blind. Anyway, I hope this video makes sense. I hope that somebody took something away from it. And just know that it's okay to try new things. I'm going to do a video where I give my full thoughts on the game, unfiltered, and probably they're probably going to be very good. I've stuttered a lot in this video. This is my first kind of commentary video back into this. This is like the 3rd time I've filmed this because I just need to get a video out before the game drops. And yeah, my links are in the description for Twitter and other stuff. So if that is something that you want to do, go ahead and do it, or let me know in the comments if Diablo 4 is your first Diablo game like mine.